Whiteboard brief for Wednesday, February 16th. Class, this is like our fourth week now that we're implementing some sort of you pick skill practice. We've had some good feedback from the weeks past. People are really enjoying the practice component of it without having to just try to do it in the middle of a workout. So here we are again. In the past 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, I think, we had skill practice and then cardio Wednesday. Today we're putting them together. So the cardio pieces should be at a low effort where they're sustainable, and then these skill pieces, you're not super fatigued like when we did those bike sprints last week into it, but you're also not completely fresh, and then you're going to build a little in your fatigue over the course of this workout because it is going to be about 34 minutes. So here's how it's going to work out. If we have a big class, we're not all going to start at the exact same thing, but the clock will work out perfectly where we can just kind of plug people into different parts. So when you're doing a cardio piece, it's going to be 3 minutes at a steady effort. So let's say we're going to start on the bike. You're going to bike what feels like at cruise control for 3 minutes. Now, this isn't the top end of what you can possibly hold for 3 minutes and then you're so glad you're off the bike, but it's also not a easy warm-up pace. It's somewhere in the middle, maybe a little bit past conversation pace. So 3 minutes on the bike. Right when you hit that 3 minute mark, you're going to hop off and you're going to perform your first skill movement for a given number of reps that is a little bit challenging to you, but doable. Rest until the end of that same minute. Then on the 4th minute, which is the following minute, do your other skill movement for a challenging number of reps. Rest until the end of that minute, and then we start over with another 3 minutes, this time running. So we're going to run, and actually, guys, I think I wrote that. Yeah, I wrote it differently on Sugar Watt, but that's all right. So now we're going to run for what is 3 minutes. So I think everyone's going to be safe to do a 400, and then you can keep doing laps in the back, and I'll come out there and let you guys know about when that 3 minutes is getting close. So you'll run for 3 minutes, then you'll come in, do skill movement number 1 on that next minute, do skill movement number 2 on the following minute, and then we're going to go for another 3 minutes. This time it's going to be on the rower. 3 minutes of rowing, next minute skill movement, next minute skill movement number 2. That whole thing takes 17 minutes on a clock. There's not going to be any break. After minute 17, we're going to start right back over on the top, hop back on that bike, and the goal will be for round 2 to keep the same efforts on your bike, run, row, and then also maintain the same numbers on your skill practice. So all in all, we got 34 minutes of mixed skill practice with aerobic work, and none of this should be at a super high intensity because we're looking for a low effort cardio Wednesday with these skills. All right, guys, let's go ahead and start setting up for this. All right, so from there, expect a lot of questions from people that have been here, from people that haven't been here, asking you, what should I do for my skill, how many, so on and so forth. And you're just going to politely interact with them, guide them the best you can, make sure to give them things that are within their ability. So if they can't do a double under whatsoever, maybe they're not doing those. If they can't do a pull-up, then they're probably not practicing pull-ups or muscle-ups. Give them something that they are able to do. And then split your class up evenly if possible. Now, one cool thing that you can do here, and I know it seems a little bit tricky at first, but if you have one group start on the bike and one group start on the row, then they can all run together if you would like to organize it like that. Yeah, it might change the order of your class, but it's kind of fun if you say like, hey, bike, go to row, row, go to bike, and then everyone's third round is a run. That's perfectly fine, even if it's different than the order in Sugar Watt. That's something you as the coach, you have the authority to do that. Now, I don't suggest you do that on a workout that's for score or for time and it's very specifically written out. But in something like this, it's perfectly fine. It's not going to negatively affect anything. All right, guys, that is your whiteboard brief for Wednesday.